Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Neerja Dikshit and you can see I'm not alone today in this video. We have a special guest here. Let me introduce to Miss Prerna Tiwari.
Hello everyone, I'm Prerna Tiwari. I'm a counseling psychologist and an emotional intelligence and soft skills trainer. And we are here to talk about a very interesting topic, that is emotional intelligence.
Yes. So since she is an emotional intelligence trainer, so that is what we are going to talk about in today's video. And let's understand from her point of view what does she think about why this is such an important topic. And she is an emotional intelligence trainer. So let's start with this video. Now, Prerna, I have a lot of questions for you.
Okay, go ahead.
Let me shoot my question. Okay. All right. So let's start with this video. And my first question to her is, Prerna, what is your point of view when it comes to emotional intelligence? What do you think its meaning is?
Neerja, emotional intelligence is something that teaches us how to be self-aware, how to regulate our own emotions, how to be socially aware, that means how to be aware of emotions of others, and how to manage your relationships, how to be an impact, how to be self-motivated, and a lot of things that brings peace and balance in our lives.
Okay, great. Well, there is a similar term when it comes to emotional intelligence, and that is intelligent quotient. Okay, that is called as IQ. Do you think that there is any difference between the two, or like EQ's weightage is more than IQ in our day-to-day lives? What do you think about this?
Neerja, if somebody wants to work, stay, or do anything around people, because we know that people, when we are dealing with people, that means we are dealing with emotions.
Correct.
Right? So if you just have to work with the machines, then okay. If you are logically logical, or you have great IQ, that works well. But if you want to work with people, you need to have like good emotional intelligence.
Okay, that's great. Do you think like emotional intelligence is something innate, like it comes when you are born, or it is a skill that can be learned throughout your life? What is your point of view?
It's a very interesting question. So I feel that of course emotional intelligence is something that people have in themselves. Many times they have in themselves, but it is also something that can be developed and built with your awareness, by learning about it, by doing various kind of things that can make you emotionally more intelligent.
Okay. So similarly, like if I ask you about IQ on the other hand, IQ is something I think if you're born with IQ, right? It cannot be developed or it cannot be improved over time, or am I wrong?
To a certain level, that can of course be developed. Anything to a certain level can be developed, but of course, on the other hand, you are also, this is something that is innate as well.
Okay, all right. So I have a lot of questions again. Let me just ask you one more question. Okay, so since she is an emotional intelligence trainer, I would like to understand what made her to take this step and why did she choose to become an emotional intelligence trainer?
Um, so once again, as you mentioned that I'm a counseling psychologist, I deal with people who are dealing with some mental health issues and everything. I found out that there are many people who are able to identify that they are dealing with something big. There are some emotions that they are unable to regulate, or there are few certain traumas, or things that they need help with.
Okay.
Understanding that you need help with certain issues, that means you need to be emotionally intelligent. You need to know that okay, I have reached to that level where I need external help. The people with good EQ only able to do that. And people, those who do not understand their own emotion, when times you see, you can acknowledge that these are the people that need help. Correct. They are being so overwhelmed, so overworked, and they are being like angry, pissed, like very constantly, but they are not asking for help because they are not understanding.
Or are unable to self-regulate, the emotions.
Exactly.
So basically, what I could come up with your answer is that you chose to do it so that you can help out other people to manage their emotions.
Exactly. I think that towards mental health, having or developing emotional intelligence is the first step.
Mm-hmm. All right, can you give us some, I can say some examples or real-time examples of people who have low EQ and how does it affect their, day-to-day lifestyle?
Not exactly for low EQ, but I can give you some examples of the people who have like better emotional intelligence,
Okay.
and they made like their lives better by acknowledging that, like accepting their emotions and everything. So first example, we all know about Deepika Padukone,
Okay.
and how she mentioned and came out with her mental health problems, anxiety attacks and everything, and that motivated a lot of people around the world to acknowledge their own mental health. Her emotional intelligence, she acknowledged that she's dealing with few things, how her emotions are affecting her, helped her to find herself, to get a better life partner, to have a wonderful life, also to start something like a foundation like Live, Love, Laugh Foundation, and she is helping out million of people these days with their mental health. Same, I would like to give example of like Oprah Winfrey.
Okay, yes,
That's
I know that lady. Yes, very
yeah.
strong. Huh.
So she acknowledged her emotions well. She was able to label them. That's why she was able to come out of her own past that was bothering her for a very long time. Lady Gaga, we all know about, right? She always mentions her struggles and everything, and her about her resilience and all the things. So I think these are the people who understood their emotions well. They were able to, they were so strong emotionally, so intelligent, that they made their emotions their strength, and they came up with such great, such great
Achievements,
people
I can say.
achievements. Yes.
And I think it's not just about, your personal life, but in professional life as well. Emotional intelligence plays a major role. Major role. So what do you think, like when it comes to professional life, how can one, improve their professional life by becoming more emotionally intelligent?
See, in the professional life also, we can say that we are always dealing with people, whether they are bosses, whether they are colleagues, seniors, juniors, anyone, right? So when we are able to manage our relationships well, we know how much to interact with them, how to set our own boundaries, like understanding ourselves, understanding their needs, like what they require from us. Also, like this is not only for us, but also the leaders who are leading the big companies like Elon Musk, Indra Nooyi. They understand really well. You must have heard, like in some interview of Indra Nooyi, that she writes letters to all her employees. Okay. Why? She connects them with them like on such a personal level, how emotionally intelligent she is, how she binds her company and the important people of her company with such great EI.
All right. So I think you see, emotional intelligence. It's not just about like improving your own life, but I think if you are emotionally intelligent, you can definitely make other people's lives better as well.
Exactly.
Since you gave her example, I think we lack such bosses in today's work environments who connect with employees on a personal note. And by this, or by becoming more emotionally intelligent, we can connect with more and more people. And I think you are going to help them develop better relationships with themselves as well and with the work that they are doing. So basically, how to win and influence friends is by becoming more emotionally intelligent, right?
Exactly.
Correct. Okay. So now, if I ask you about this question, and I think, can you give us examples of people who might be on a lower side of EQ, and how can we help them to, to take them on a higher side of EQ?
Exactly, Mija. Like we can of course develop some awareness, because most of the people don't know even this term, what is emotional intelligence and why do we need it, right? So spreading awareness, making people more aware, like from the school level to all the adults that who are clueless about their own emotions. So like we can definitely help them by introducing this term, first of all, making them understand how important this is. And there are so many activities and exercises that can help you develop your emotional intelligence. First of all, being aware of yourself. As we were discussing that how everything starts with self-awareness, right? So starting to label your emotions correctly, how to do it. We need to learn first of all that. Then for emotional regulation, we need to understand our own triggers, then setting some boundaries on in personal and professional level. And then building relationship, making people who are in our lives understand about all those things, and then finding the right relationships, jobs, and whatever professional profile you want to work in.
Okay, well, I think the answer that you told us, or just we discussed about how we can help them to go on a higher EQ. Well, there are very, less people who would actually cope up with this or cooperate with you to actually help them, right? They don't need our help, right? What if you get, or you have friends, you already have, someone who has low EQ, and you want them to improve in their life? How can we motivate them to, work on themselves, and especially their mental health?
Uh, yes, of course, Nijal, as I mentioned already, first of all, the thing comes awareness about this. They need to know that what is this.
Sorry to interrupt you.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. But yes, but there are people who take offense, if we'll let them know you're being, you are overreacting to the situation. So they take offense, right? So in that situation, what would be your take?
See, instead of saying first of all that you are overreacting in this situation, you need to make them understand that is there something that is bothering you. What is something? First of all, we need to be emotionally intelligent ourselves, and how to put it in front of the people who are dealing with like low EQ, we can say how to put it in front of them. We need to learn that. So instead of saying that, we need to take their attention towards the stuff that they are somewhere lacking. So, is there anything that is bothering them?
Okay.
It's something that we talked about. Did something triggered them? It will help them. Like they will not be attacked by that. They will not come in the defense mode. Instead of that, they will understand their need. They might be able to open up to you if they are dealing with some issues in their life. Because many times it happens like anger. We say is not a primary emotion. It's a secondary emotion.
Okay.
Many times we are frustrated because of some other things. Many times we are only hungry.
Yes, and then anger comes up or builds up. Yes.
So need to know that what is happening in the inner deeper level and why that reaction came out. Understanding all those things gradually can help people to build like emotional awareness.
Yeah. All right. All right. So, Prerna, I've read about some pillars of emotional intelligence as well. Would you like to discuss about that?
Yes, of course, Neerja. So there are basically 4 pillars of emotional intelligence mentioned by Daniel Goleman in his very famous book named Emotional Intelligence. So he mentioned about the first pillar, that is self-awareness. Second is self-regulation. The third one is social awareness, and the fourth one is relationship management.
Okay, well, I want to know the difference between self-awareness and self-regulation as well. And I think, like when we try to improve in any area of our life, be it personal or professional, everything starts with self. So I want you to tell us the difference between the two, and then tell us about the exercises that we can perform in order to work on that.
Okay, Nija. So, self-awareness and self-regulation. Self-awareness means being aware about your own emotions. Basically, learn to label your own emotions, how you are feeling at what period of time. Like, stop denying the emotions that you are having, your feelings that you are having. Be considerate about that. Understand that how you feel in different situations, what are the kind of people that trigger you, basically being aware of everything that is happening inside you. Okay, whether it is like because of some internal things, some past things, or whether it is something external. Okay. Secondly, like emotional regulation or self-regulation, we can say. So we can never like complete self-regulation without self-awareness. So the first step only is self-awareness. We need to be more aware about ourselves. Then only we'll be able to regulate our emotions. So in order to regulate our emotions, there are many things that we can practice. First and foremost thing is mindfulness, that I always suggest to practice because mindfulness is something that makes you more about yourself. Mindfulness is something like basically being in present in the time, whatever you are doing, be completely involved in that. So it makes you understand whatever is happening around, instead of having like watching TV when you are eating, or like having like doing certain different things while studying or anything like that. So basically, mindfulness is something doing one thing at a time.
I think Gen Zs need to relate more with it, because whenever we are eating anything, we need to watch something. So we are always engaged in multiple tasks at the same point, है ना?
Exactly.
So do you think it will lead to burnout as well? And is this the main reason to feel burnout or overwhelmed most of the times?
Exactly, like social media is something that is bombarding us with a lot of information all the time, and sometimes we are so involved in it, we even forget, like in the late night.
Correct.
We are going through the reels, the scrolling is happening for hours and hours. We even forget that we are sleeping in the same position, and we even having neck ache or something like that. We are burned out already. We were tired with our work and everything. So that is why practicing mindfulness, avoiding the screen, social
screen time.
media,
Yes.
and that is very important. Plus, even as you talked about, like we were talking about eating, we do not realize when we are full, some
Correct.
food that is like irritating our system or something like that. So when we are just doing one thing at a time, it makes us more aware. So that is like a very basic example of being self-aware.
All right. Well, this topic is a very vast, in itself, and there are a lot. So we have tried to cover up as many points as possible, and I hope you were able to understand something more about emotional intelligence if you have come across this word. So that's all for today's video, guys, and I hope you loved watching us together. So let us know in the comments below. Would you like to know about more such topics? And you can also, leave a comment about any topic that you would want to discuss. Thank you very much, Miss Prerna, for coming over here and discussing about this.
It was an absolute pleasure being on your channel, Richa. Thank you.
All right. Thank you.